Hi everyone, it's Dr. Miller, and today in this assignment you are going to create a flyer. Yes, your Aunt Rosario has heard of your skills in Microsoft Word, and she's asked you to create a flyer for her for the car that she wants to sell. So this is what the flyer will look like when you are finished. But to begin with, you will need the photos shown, and I will have a link below to get those photos. So pause the video and go ahead and download those photos into a folder that will be easily accessible. So the first thing you'll need to do is open a new Microsoft Word document. Then just type in "for sale" at the top, and we'll go ahead and change that font to Arial Bold. And we'll see how big we can make the size of this. 72 is not quite big enough, so I'm going to click up here in the drop down so that 72 is selected. You can tell that because it's blue. And I'm just going to type in 100. So don't ever feel that you are limited by the sizes that are in that drop down. Next, I will hit the return or enter button, and I'm going to go ahead and change the font size back to 14 and click off of bold. And I'll add the information about what type of car it is and the miles and the fact that only one owner has owned this car, and that would be Aunt Rosario. So now I want to go ahead and get my pictures. So I'll click on the Insert tab, then click on the Insert Picture icon, then click Picture from File. Then I'll need to navigate to wherever it is that I save those files, and it's going to be different for each one of us. But I put mine in a folder called Cars for Sale, and here they are. The first one we're going to input is Front View 1. So go ahead and click on that and insert. So let's go ahead and go get the rest. We'll do Front View 2. And then Back View. And you can tell as soon as I brought Back View in, because of the size of that image, Microsoft Word automatically put us in a second page. But as long as I make it a little bit smaller, we're okay there. Now when you are resizing a picture, make sure that you are not resizing by grabbing those handles on the sides or the tops. You always want to grab those little handles or boxes on the corner, and that way the image does not get squished out of proportion. So because I know that I want them both to be the same height down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and check out the size options. So under Picture Format, over on the far right, you see the height and the width. I can see that the height is 1.67, I believe, and I'm going to bump it up so that it's 1.7. Now notice the check mark in between the two boxes for height and width. That check mark means that whatever I do to the top, Microsoft Word will automatically adjust the bottom, so that picture is never skewed out of proportion. So then I'll click on the second picture, and I want that height to be the same as the first, and Microsoft Word automatically fixed the width for us. Now I'll make the larger picture just a little bit smaller, and I'll go get the interior picture. And again, Microsoft Word bumped us onto another page, but as soon as I start making the picture smaller, we'll be back on the original page. Now notice as I start to pull it out, I can tell when I reach a certain point that Microsoft Word is going to bump us over to another page. So what I want to do now is change the margins of this page so that I have as much space to work on as possible. So under Layout, I'll go ahead and click on the Margins drop down and choose Narrow. And that gives me just a little bit more room to play with. So I'm going to need to keep that at 1.4. And I'll go ahead and get the dash image. And since I know that I want my image to be 1.4 in height, I can go ahead and click on it and type that in. And when I hit enter, it will place it back onto the page for me. The next thing I'll need to do is to insert some text here at the bottom, the information about the price of the car and how to contact your Aunt Rosario. But when I click here next to the picture and start typing, it puts it right at the bottom and I have no control over where Microsoft Word is going to put it. So in this case, I'm going to use a text box. So I'll delete that and I'll go over to Insert and then Text Box and then Draw Text Box. So now I have a little arrow with a little A square next to it, and that just tells me it's my Draw Text Box tool. And I'll click and drag to bring that text box out a ways and give me some space here. So now I'll add the information about the price of the car and how to contact Aunt Rosario. Now I want to go ahead and make the title and the information about the car centered. And we are done.